And welcome back, everybody. I'm sorry to cut the duct tape short, but the technical issues have been resolved. The players are here. The semifinals can get underway.
Indeed they can, and we are already loaded into our first map, which is, you guessed it, Cosmic Sapphire. And we are looking at our player in the top left. It is our blue Zerg player representing Team Liquid. It is Elazer.
And spawning in the bottom right hand corner of Cosmic Sapphire, we have the Polish Protoss player himself. He is pink, representing Team Blazer. It is Krystianer.
Meanwhile, if you want an update of what was happening on the Polish stream, as they were waiting for the lobby as well, they were discussing the Terran technology. And why do you need a ghost to direct a nuke? I was not able to listen to the entire conversation, but Zed started with the fact that Korhal and the whole like Koprulu sector is basically the Australia of Earth.
Okay.
Because they sent all the convicts there. You're welcome.
Wait, what does that have to do with nukes?
I don't know. That's where the conversation got, because we got into the lobby and they were also like, oh, lobby. So I don't know.
Shaking my head. Shaking my head.
Do with it what you will.
Do not allow Marines to call in nukes. That would be awful. That would be.
Yeah, that does not sound like a good idea. No.
That would be a bad idea. But thankfully, there are no nukes here. There are no ghosts here. All the Terran have been eradicated from this tournament. F's in the chat. And also exclamation mark Funada Spirit once again for not being here for his brethren. Only Zergs and Protoss remaining here in the brackets. And we'll see if the one hero among the Zergs can stand strong. Elazer right now dancing with the probe. Doesn't want to pull an extra... Oh god.
Don't die. Oh no.
Doesn't
It's
want
the
to pull an
Terras.
extra
The Terras
drain.
got him.
I'm dying, puppy. I'm dying. Fine.
This is
You
what
can
happens
have
when
the nukes on the Marines. You can have it.
Oh no. Why did you say that? But yeah, we see a different opening than the one we saw from Rail coming from Krystianer, and it will be a Stargate first.
Yeah, it will be a Stargate opener, something a lot more standard here, which is kind of what we expect from Krystianer. Rail was unorthodox. He is a little bit more of an anomaly amongst the Protoss players, constantly going for robo openers. It is not standard. It is not what you should expect.
Yeah. So we will have that Stargate. Meanwhile, Elazer expanding to his third base, getting his link speed, so nothing too much out of ordinary. And we will soon see what tech he is planning, as he has a good eye on that wall in the front.
Yeah, he does have a good eye, but the Stalker is going to be able to force this Overlord back. That is going to keep Elazer guessing a little bit. Meanwhile, we do have an Adept slipping into the main base as well. Krystianer just getting an eye on the gas count, on the drone count as well, just making sure that there's no early lair or anything crazy. Does confirm the standard play of Elazer.
Indeed. The Adept does not get much damage done though. It's just gonna confirm the third base and will move back to the other side of the map. Meanwhile, the Oracle has been finished.
Yeah, the Oracle is moving out here, does reveal itself to the Overlord, was looking to try and get a kill if possible, but Elazer was a little bit wise to that. He does pull the Overlord back in time, so it will survive, but we only have a single Oracle, which is interesting here. So a very kind of greedy opener and a greedy approach, only going to be relying on one, won't have a second coming out to protect the third from Lings.
Meanwhile, Simo is very upset that I did not remember that he's been calling Koprulu Australia already. Look.
No one listens to what Steel says. It's fine. Don't worry about it.
Look, I tune out sometimes.
Meanwhile, it looks like the Twilight Council is on the way. It does get scouted. I'm really curious about this though, because we did save gas from the lack of oracles. Are we going to go straight into glaives here? And it looks like we will.
Yes, indeed. Looks like I saw someone in the chat saying earlier that they're surprised to see the return of glaives, but they have been quite popular here, I feel like, once again. This Oracle diving in, getting to drones, but now it has to recall back home. But as we said, Krystianer is preparing something else.
Yeah, it's kind of the ebb and flow of the meta. Because Twilight Council and Blink openers were so common, then it means that things like Glaive Adepts can become popular again, just to kind of catch your opponent off guard and just to deal damage in that way, in case the Zerg player gets a little bit too comfortable. Meanwhile, the first wave of Adepts are moving out across the map. These are going to be Glaive-less Adepts. We do have a recall of... Oh no, sorry, we don't have a recall available. It was used earlier.
Yeah, it was used on that Oracle, and there are also links in the base, but they are being defended. And the Adepts are now in the Natura. There are a lot of Queens, but the Glaives will soon be finished.
Yeah, exactly. So far, they're just going to be zoning out. I love the Evo Chamber block there by Elazer, just going to be forcing the Adepts to go the long way around. Instead, honestly, they haven't really dealt too much damage at all, but they do manage to shade out in time. Ooh, they get surrounded though.
Yeah, they got caught by the links, and one of the Adepts goes down. The rest should be able to shade away, but even then, this wave of links is coming.
Yeah, exactly. So a great catch there. 3 Adepts going down. It looks like there are going to be enough Adepts to defend against the Ling run by, but ooh, I spoke too soon. The Adepts a little bit out of position.
Yeah, they were not back in time, and now there are no shield batteries here, so the probes may start to fall.
Yeah, nice damage being done here. 4 probes do go down. The Lings do manage to get out and can come back for another bit of a run by. Again, very greedy play from Krystianer. No shield batteries here. No Sim City whatsoever.
Yeah, that one Stalker is not gonna be able to stop all of these links. The Oracle is trying, but the probes will fall. But at the same time, the Adepts are now once again on the laser side of the map.
They are across the map, but this time there are Roaches, Lings, and Queens to defend. It looks like some of the Queens are going to be targeted down, so nice trades here from Krystianer. He ends up committing to the shade as well, which means he will get surrounded.
Yeah, he will get surrounded, and the Roaches are here as well, so they should be able to deal with most of these Adepts. But he will take a few drones.
At the same time, those links from earlier, they actually go into the natural base as well. So even though now should be the time when Elazer is losing workers, instead Krystianer is as well. So they kind of trade tit for tat. More links rock up here at the third base as well. And I don't know if you noticed, but Elazer, his drone count is non-existent right now. He is committed to a Roach Ling push.
Yeah, and important to notice as well that Krystianer did lose all of these Adepts, so he actually does not have a lot of forces here. And this Oracle will be soon out of energy as well.
And again, still 0 shield batteries at the third base. It is completely undefended. We have a couple of Stalkers being morphed in, but GG gets called, and Elazer takes the first game.
Yeah, nicely done by Elazer right there. I feel like the Glaives just didn't pay off as well as they could have, but yeah.
Yeah, the Glaives were okay. He got like, what, 2 Queens, 3 drones, a handful of Lings.
Yeah.
Could have been better, definitely. But I do think that a big reason as to why things very snowballed was because of that Ling counterattack from Elazer. Like, he was wreaking so much havoc on the side of Krystianer and really just keeping him uncomfortable at home.
Yeah, exactly. And we'll see if Elazer will keep the pressure in game number 2. It will be, you guessed it, Data C.
And we're back to the standard maps. Let's go.
Let's go.
Game 1 was Cosmic. Game 2 is going to be Data. Hopefully we get a game number 3 here. We'll see. We'll see what Krystianer does decide to go for. If he does decide to try and make those Glaive Adepts work again.
Indeed. But for the time being, we're just getting the lobby ready.
Yeah, we're just making sure we get everyone in said lobby as well. All the lovely casters. It looks like we are missing Zed, but we may not need him. It'll be okay.
I mean, he can just look at the other screen, right?
It's fine. It's fine. We'll be fine.
Look, they are sitting at the same desk, literally.
Yeah. They can look at the same monitor. It's fine. They'll be fine.
And before Zed is at the bar, and actually he was late for the game or something.
Oh, God.
I don't have sound on, so I cannot tell. I'm only seeing player cams right now. But we are once again loaded into the game. As I quickly try to find my camera. And we are once again looking at the base of Blue Zerg player. Presenting Team Liquid, it is Elazer.
And spawning in the top right-hand corner of Data Under the Sea, we have the Polish Protoss player himself. He is red this time and not pink, representing Team Blazer. It is Krystianer.
And we'll see what strategies they are planning for this time. So far, no early cheese. Elazer actually going for a hatch first there. So once again, we will be going into a little bit of a macro game.
Yeah, we should be seeing a hatch gas pool coming up from Elazer. Again, Krystianer went for a very interesting build overall last game where he only went for a single Oracle. But one of the downsides of going for these low Oracle count openers or builds overall is that you don't have them to help defend against Ling run-bys. So typically you want to make up for that in other ways, like your SimCity, like shield batteries. But yeah, Krystianer was arguably a little bit careless about that. He wasn't really too concerned with these Ling run-bys, and yeah, they got a little bit out of control.
Yeah, that they did. But we'll see if he will be able to handle it this time. So far, just, taking his expansion, getting his wall ready. Once again, neither of the players is looking to be too aggressive on the beginning of the game, but that may change very soon as well.
Yeah, just, the openers are as standard as can be, especially on Data C. Things will change once we get the Cybercore finishing up from Krystianer, so he can pick his tech of choice, whether he wants to go for a Twilight Council or a Stargate or a Pool Rail and go Robo first instead.
Nah, I think it's gonna be Stargate again. I feel like it's gonna be Stargate.
It should be, but... yeah, we shall see. I also appreciate that he is going for the Adept first as well, just so he can be active and just so he can be aggressive across the map. He's not concerned with, dealing damage or denying scouting from this Overlord. He doesn't care.
Yeah, and we see there is that Stargate, but do you think he'll once again go for a single Oracle?
I don't think so. I think that's just something you do once on Cosmic, and that's it. I doubt we're going to be seeing that multiple times this series. And Krystianer, I think he's a good enough player where he doesn't have to rely on these one-time gimmicky builds for the series. I do think that he has the variety for himself to just, do more than that and even play standard if he has to.
Yeah, well, we will see as that first Oracle is on the way. Meanwhile, Elazer taking his third base, working on speed upgrades, and yeah, just macroing up for the time being.
Yeah, we do have a handful of links here to keep up with these Adepts. Oh, they do get one of the creep tumors, not bad here. They're threatening the main base, forcing a response, forcing these Lings, and actually commit to the shade into the main.
Yeah, Elazer did not expect this commitment, and 3 drones do go down, but also both of the Adepts going down as well.
Yeah, I don't know if that was the best move there from Krystianer, because now it means that he has to give up map control. The Lings are flooding across the map. One Oracle is coming out across the map. Once again, we only have a single Oracle from Krystianer as he cancels the Phoenix and goes for a second Stargate. Oh my god.
Is it just gonna be Mass Phoenix from here?
It looks like
boy.
it.
Oh boy. I mean, Mass Phoenix can be pretty good, but against Zerglings, we will see.
I mean, there's value to be had with Phoenixes. The problem is that because he lost his Adepts, he doesn't have any map control, which means taking a third base is going to be a hard thing to do. These Lings are waiting out here for Elazer, looking to deny any probe as they move in towards these next high locations.
Yes, indeed, and we will see what Krystianer will do with this, as he is committing indeed to these Phoenixes. And actually, does Elazer have spores? He has 1 spore on his side of the map, so the Phoenixes may actually be able to get some damage done.
Oh yeah, right now Krystianer is doing a great job at keeping the Phoenixes hidden. He did reveal one of them to kill the Overlord, so that is a little bit of a tell. Looking at the units tab, we have 6 queens. 6 is okay, but this is nowhere near enough. We need a bigger recognition of what's happening here. These Lings, they're going to be able to get eyes on the third base, but they have still not scattered the Phoenixes.
Yeah, and this is not a big group of Lings, so they actually won't be able to deny this third base just yet. So that gives Krystianer even more time to prepare his forces. And now he will be moving to the other side of the map as Elazer is going for his lair and preparing for the next step in his tech.
And this is dangerous. We have 3 queens to defend. We have enough energy for 1 transfuse with that forward queen. Finally, the phoenixes are revealed, and every single queen is going to respond here for Elazer. Immediately, he starts queen production.
Yeah, that he does. I don't know if I like the fact that Krystianer committed to like killing these overlords instead of diving on the mineral line, but at the same time, you know, overlords are also very valuable and they will limit the resources of the Zerg player.
Yeah, he could have taken a risk and dealt more damage. Instead, he's playing it out safe. He was afraid that there were going to be spores in position and there were going to be more queens. So I definitely understand this reaction here, but it does mean that he won't be dealing as much damage as he could have.
Yeah, the dropper overlord there to save another overlord. It actually will finish, which is interesting enough.
Yeah,
and now Krystianer is diving for the drones.
Yeah, the dive is in. It looks like he will not lose a phoenix. Oh, that was quite close. One of the phoenixes did go down to 3 HP. So not a bad dive there. At the same time, we have a little bit of a Ling run by, but we have enough gateway units here to defend.
Yeah, even the Oracle is almost full on the energy, so they will be able to keep the Zerg away. Elazer is taking his 4th base, so he's still 1 base ahead, but yeah, once again, Krystianer can get some damage.
Yep, no spores here at the 4th base. Again, Elazer being a little bit greedy and being punished for it. 8 drones going down in total. Ay, that is a lot of damage. Meanwhile, how is Elazer going to respond to this? He's sending out Lings here just to get eyes on things, just to get eyes on the base count, but he wants to go into infestors.
Oh, interesting. As the queens are actually getting caught up here, but there should be enough transfuses to keep them alive. That is a lot of queens for Elazer now, and now the Lings are starting to pile up as well.
Yeah, the Lings get a full surround there on the Adept. They do take it out. It looks like there are enough Zealots here to hold on to the 4th base, but it looks like Elazer wants to go for a queen walk. He was forced to make nothing but queens, and he wants to make use of them offensively as well. So queens with fungals and with infestors, I mean, they can work.
He's also getting a Spire though, so he's preparing another step in this build as well. So I guess we'll see where this takes Elazer here.
Yeah, I mean, the Spire will help as well, especially if there is Sky Toss later on, but for the time being, he's going to be going up against Charge Lot Archon.
Yeah, that's what it looks like. The +1 about to finish for both players, actually. And the Zerglings are trying to defend here, but those are Phoenixes. They're not going to do anything against them. And once again, there are no spores here.
Yeah, not gonna lie, I'm a little bit perplexed as to Elazer's just unwillingness to make a spore. Time and time again, this 4th base has been abused from all of these phoenixes, and how many more drones are gonna have to die before Elazer kind of swallows his pride and throws down a spore?
Yeah, I've seen a lot of Zergs actually not willing to throw the spores and like rather defend with the queens, but like even if there is creep, it still takes a while for the ground units to reach there, and you are losing a few drones every time.
Yeah, it was 5 drones on top of the 8 drones from earlier, so what? 13 drones in total because of that. There we go. Finally, some spores are being thrown down here to help defend. But Krystianer's done a great job of just keeping Elazer busy and teching on up instead, and he's even getting ready to go into Sky Toss.
Yeah, I'm just looking at the production tab, and we have everything. We have the Sky Toss being prepared, we have the Psystorm getting ready. On the side of the Zerg, we have Greater Spire, we have all the upgrades on the Hive level, like everything is going on all at once.
Yeah, exactly. And it looks like Elazer is going to be embracing the late game here. He has these infestors for fungals in case we have a big dive, but it looks like he doesn't really intend to be too aggressive because he has a Greater Spire on the way. He has Adrenal Hive just finished up. It looks like he wants to get into his Spire, his air upgrades to get into Corruptors, to get into Broodlords.
Yeah, the Corruptors are already on the way, but yeah, we'll see how that works out, because Krystianer started on all of this day a bit earlier, and these Phoenixes are still getting damage.
Yeah, they're still getting damage, and that's important because the Phoenixes have honestly kind of run out of their usefulness. The goal of these Phoenixes were to deal damage and keep Elazer at home long enough for Krystianer to get his 4th base up and running, and that has happened. He's been successful in this, so at this point he can throw away these Phoenixes.
I mean, they can still provide quite a lot of vision, and again, every time Elazer is not paying attention, they can get a few of these drones, but yeah, for the most part, they're not the main part of his army anymore.
Yeah, exactly. Speaking of, we do have the main army moving on forward. Ooh, a couple of the infestors are being caught out. Elazer's not paying attention.
Yeah, and see these phoenixes that we were talking about, they're actually picking up the infestors, and that was really nice for Krystianer.
That was a crucial mistake from Elazer. Like, there's so much value, there's so much power in infestors, especially with energy, and now he just lost them all. He does have Broodlords to defend, but again, no spellcasters to support other than Queens.
Yeah, there are a lot of these Archons on the front, so they should be able to deal quite okay with the Broodlings. There are a lot of Queens still, though. Ooh, actually the High Templars.
Ooh, the High Templar do get fungal. They're going to force a fight at the same time. Feedbacks are thrown down on the majority of these Queens. Regardless, Krystianer is forced back. He doesn't have an answer to these Broodlords. He's only just now switching to Mass Void Ray.
Yeah, that he is, but it will be a while before that army is finished. For the time being, he will see what he can do with this ground force. And the Phoenixes are once again chilling at the side of Elazer.
Yeah, they're just chilling here, looking for any kind of damage. They're going to be able to get an Overlord, maybe a stray Infestor if they're lucky. It looks like they have eyes on it, but the Queens are here in position in time to defend.
Yeah, but see, even when these Phoenixes are not getting damaged, they still may be able to distract the Elazer, like pull his Queens to another direction, while the main ground force is attacking another base.
Yeah, exactly. Speaking of, it looks like a Zealot Runby is being set up on the right-hand side, but the Lings do catch them. These Adrenal +2 Lings, honestly, yeah, doing a lot of damage here. Looks like they won't be able to deny the base, but a great catch of the Runby.
It is getting very dangerous though, as this base is already almost on the creep, so all the fights will be happening close to it, and both players have to be very, very careful about where they step.
Yeah, I think the biggest thing that I'm worried about is that we don't have any Spire upgrades. We have +1 Flyer attack. Where is the second Spire for double upgrades? Where's +2? Where's +1 Carapace as well? Especially when we're talking about Sky Toss. Yeah, like there's a lot of power to be had in your Broodlords and your Corruptors, but I just realized that we actually don't really have any Corruptors.
Yeah, all the Corruptors were turning to Broodlords, and now Phoenixes are hunting them down. But at the same time, Elazer is getting his Ultralisk then, so I wonder what he's gonna transition into.
Yeah, I worry that he doesn't have enough anti-air. Looking at his anti-air right now, he's got 10 Queens, he's got 7 Infestors, and that is it. He's getting 1 Corruptor now, but like, Ultras and Broodlords are great against an anti-ground army, not so much against Skytoss.
Yeah, I mean, Krystianer did show that Archon Zealot army before, but it was just a standby before his Skytoss is ready, and now they are here.
Now they are here. We have a couple of key fungals as well as feedbacks being thrown down on the other side of this wall. Both armies just kind of bouncing off each other. I do think that Krystianer is getting a slightly better army. Only slightly though. He does need to get rid of these Phoenixes. At this point, the Phoenixes are hurting him more than helping him, just because he needs a more refined army.
Yeah, I mean, it's also hard for the Phoenixes to hit, I think, and Krystianer realizes that and sends them once again towards Elazer.
Yeah, at the same time, looks like we have an Archon drop being set up in the main base as well. I wonder what's going to be done with that. We do see the base being denied here for Elazer. He's expanding on the left-hand side instead. But we're just waiting here, really just both players perfecting their armies.
Krystianer is actually expanding in the bottom right as well. The links are cute straight up there.
Yeah, the lanes will not allow this base to get up and running, so Krystianer is stuck on 5 bases at the same time. Void Rays are pushing on forward. We have some Microbial Shrouds that will help the Queens, but we got a lot of faith in these Queens.
Ooh, but those are some nice fungal on these Void Rays, and they are slowly starting to fall down. Meanwhile, the Broodlords are still standing strong, and they are starting to move on this base.
Yeah, the Broodlords are pushing on forward, but they're coming in range of these Interceptors, and this is what I'm worried about. Again, we just don't have enough anti-air. The Broodlords are forced back.
Yeah, meanwhile, that Archon drop is actually doing some damage, at the very least denying mining here, and with the Zealot Warping, actually Elazer has to deal with this.
I love this. Usually it's just Zealots, but because of the Archons, it means that Pure Ling is going to have a hard time dealing with this. At the same time, we do see Krystianer gaining some ground, pushing on forward, pushing on to creep.
Ooh, that fungal almost hit all of these High Templars, but not quite enough for Elazer there. This Ultra just randomly pops here.
The Ultra does pop in, and it looks like the Ultra will barely survive against the Archons, forcing the hot pickup. Oh, and Krystianer is still looking to take another base. Elazer does have a Ling here on the left-hand side, keeping an eye on any extra bases being taken. And yeah, Elazer finally getting a more robust anti-air army, transitioning into Corruptors.
Ooh, a lot of Queens and Infestors are actually caught in this stasis, so they are out of the army for a little bit, while Krystianer is preparing to see where he can attack here.
Yeah, looking at the units tab, we do have a pretty decent army from Elazer right now. We have even more spores and spines being thrown down again. Elazer, if anyone in Europe knows how to late game, Elazer is one of the best, and it's because he's more than willing to embrace this aspect of it. It's disgusting.
Yeah, look how much
gross.
static defense there is.
It's disgusting. It's gross. Everyone, look, this is peak late game ZvP. Ugh.
Oh no. This is a literal spore forest and spine forest.
Oh yeah. Yeah, this is the first of many because, yep, more are going to be on the way here. This is the most efficient way to use your minerals as a Zerg player. We should be seeing another Spore and Spine Forest being set up on the left-hand side as well, so on both fringe bases. And ideally, Elazer wants to fight with his stack defense. That's kind of his dream ideal scenario.
Okay. Well, we will see how that works out. For the time being, the Skytos army is just camping that tower. And we will see what they can get done from this, because there are Tempests on the map.
There are Tempests, but not too many. There's only 3 Tempests right now. When it comes to our army and how refined it is, you could argue that maybe we have too many Void Rays or maybe a couple too many carriers. We have 7 carriers. We need more Tempests more than anything.
Yeah. See if we can get those. Oh, this Viper very adventurous, but he does get the Tempest. And he does snipe it down.
He does. At the same time, we have a DT here at the fresh mining base. We had a couple of, I think, DTs here in the main as well, but it looks like they got cleaned up. So at least Krystianer is also denying any kind of fresh mining here from his opponent. Meanwhile, we have a Yoink and another dead carrier.
Yeah. I mean, there's another dead carry, but this Protoss army is still looking pretty fine. And I mean, there are all these Infestors, which I think Krystianer has to be very careful about. As we see, yeah, they are being taken over.
Yeah, we do see a couple of Neurals here on these Void Rays. The Void Rays are going to push on forward, and they're going to be focused on one after the other. So great Infestor control. Oh, the Neural actually runs out, though.
Yeah, it does. A lot of the Infestors were also feedback by the High Templars, so they were out of energy, and there are still more, though. That's the thing. There are so many Infestors, actually. How many are they? We have 8. We have 8 right now.
Yeah, 8 Infestors in total. 8 Infestors, 4 Ultras, 8 Broodlords, and 11 Corruptors. I don't know if it gets any better than this. Then we go. Vipers are going to be on the way here for Elazer, so we can get some more Yoinks. Meanwhile, top left, DT actually got a kill on this hatchery. Very nicely done by Krystianer. But now that second forest is on the way.
No. Chase, save me.
Let's go. I love it. He's embracing it in the chat as well. EU style Zerg. Let's go.
Oh, no.
Krystianer has actually gotten the bottom right hand base though, and this is pretty crucial. We didn't think that he would be able to pull it off, but yeah, if he's able to get this up and running and hold on to it, then that's going to be pretty huge.
Yeah, with the Skytos holding the watchtower, he was able to establish the base and even set up some static defense there as well. But now the main army of Krystianer is moving in the middle, and Elazer has to catch up with it.
Yeah, and this is important because what he's doing right now, he's pulling the army away from the spores and spines. He's going to try and force a fight outside of the support of that army.
The whole forest just uprooted. He's going to be chasing this army.
Yeah. Again, you have to do this. You have to come with everything. You don't want to be baited into a fight without your spores. Meanwhile, a couple of pot shots are going up here on this army. Temper shots as well, but the Protoss is here too far onto creep.
Yeah, this is very dangerous for the Protoss, and with the parasitic bomb as well, I feel like there's a lot of damage on this Erdos army, and a lot may fall down.
Yeah, exactly.
The Eagle actually doesn't take everything.
Yeah, the Neurals were important as well. Krystianer will lose the bulk of his army here. I do think that it was a good call to fight outside of range of the spores, the spines, and even the broodlords, but alas, he wasn't able to deny all of those neurals, and he lost a lot of supply.
Yeah, that he did. He's trying to establish another base in the north, but Elazer is on top of it, and now he will try to attack Krystianer's side of the map.
Yeah, exactly. Krystianer, he got a little bit too uneasy. He got a little bit too impatient, trying to force that engagement. And now Elazer can almost do whatever he wants.
Yeah, I mean, Krystianer was using the fact that Elazer's army is not that fast to move around the map, so like the Broodlords took a while to go there. But at the same time, the Ertu's army is not that fast either, so you know, Elazer just using the weapon of Krystianer against him.
Yeah, exactly. But it looks like Elazer is going to not necessarily press his advantage to try and take out one of these bases, and it will give Krystianer time to rebuild and remax once again. But it does mean that he has to be a little bit more careful with that next fight.
Minus 400 is here. We're getting a mothership.
Yes, mothership is on the way. More Tempest, more carriers as well. How many Archons do we have though? That's kind of the big question. We have one High Templar with this army. Okay, there we go. More are being morphed in.
Yeah, a lot of them were actually lost in that attack in the middle of the map, but now they are being warped in once again. And yeah, we'll see how that goes for Krystianer, because he looked like he was in a very strong position, but now after this fight, it's not so sure.
Yeah, he has to buy time here to gather energy on his High Templar for more feedbacks, for more storms. More importantly, some Archons would be amazing as well to stop his opponent from just diving on top of his army. Again, he just needs more time. He's getting a bit of a better army. He's getting more of his air upgrades as well. But what's scary is that Elazer is now expanding towards the top left.
Yeah, and you can even look at the minimap that now Elazer has taken over his half of the map. The creep spread is everywhere except for the Krystianer's bases and like, you know, approaching the ramps as well. So now Elazer is actually much more prepared for all these fights.
Yeah, exactly. Both players here just refining, perfecting their armies ever more. We have 3-3 on the way here. About to have 3-3 across the board for both of our players. We do see Krystianer once again pushing on to creep here, just cleaning up whatever he can, just setting up here for potentially even expanding and taking this low ground base.
I mean, it looks like a little bit of a risky location with the Protoss Armada going over it, but yeah, it is potentially there.
I mean, for Krystianer to take that base.
Ah, for Krystianer, okay. Yeah, sure. For Krystianer, sure.
There we go. That Tempest count is now a little bit higher, and with that, he can slowly chip away at all of these spores, at all of these spines. There we go. Another volley going off here. It looks like with this, now it's going to be, the onus is going to be a little bit on Elazer here to try and counteract this, to try and catch these Tempests as they do dance forward. There we go.
Ooh, nice funga on all these High Templars, but they will get their feedbacks on the Infestors anyway.
Yeah, a couple of feedbacks go up. 2 High Templar are going to go down, and Krystianer is being forced here into the bottom right-hand corner of the map. At the same time, the Broodlords are also overextending, and we see a mass recall here to the left-hand side.
Ooh, that mothership was there to sneak in straight into the main base. Not the main base, but like the other side of the map. But there is that forest here that we were talking about earlier, but still, Krystianer is able to take the base.
Yeah, and he can go into the main as well. At the same time, Elazer, he's trading base for base right now. And what's scary is that this is the most important base for Krystianer. This is his mining base, and it is going to go down. Not just this one, but also the other on the right-hand side.
Yeah, both players just pulled the trigger right now, and I guess we'll see who will be able to do more damage. So far, a lot of the probes of Krystianer's are falling, but Krystianer is taking down the hatcheries of Elazer, so we'll see who comes out on top.
Yeah, we just see a couple of yoinks. So a carrier goes down. The hive did fall, as well as the greater spire, bearing in mind that there was only a single spire, not double spire. So right now, Elazer can't really rebuild. We see another recall to get the hell out of here. Another Tempest does fall.
Yeah, and Krystianer decides to defend this base in the east of the map. And there is much less forces now here because they were all directed to the other side of the map.
Yeah, I feel like Elazer came out on top after that engagement. You could argue, oh, a lot of tech did go down, and you're not wrong there, but at the same time, Krystianer just doesn't have a lot of mining anymore. He has to rebuild a very expensive army, and he's gonna chew through his bank.
Yeah, that's definitely the case. And I mean, as we said, like this base was very important for Krystianer, and he did lose it. At the same time, he is attacking the new base of Elazer, and there is no detection here, so it will go down.
True, the hatchery is going to end up falling. We did have also the fresh mining base of Elazer taken down as well, so it's not like Krystianer is the only one hurting economically. Elazer is as well. Surprisingly, actually, Elazer was the first to burn through his mineral bank.
Yeah, it looks like basically like, you know, both of them just went for the attack, and both of them got some damage done. It's just, you know, the question is who will be able to recover from this damage better.
Yeah, that is the real question here, as both players are looking to remax once again. Elazer, he wants a fight. He's got 28 corruptors right now. It's insane. He wants a fight. Another Tempest goes down.
Yeah, but the Voiders are in the front, and they are actually taking down Broodlords now. There are still transfuses available, so they will not go down that easily, and with the Fungal as well.
The Fungals are not looking too bad here, but we don't have any Vipers whatsoever. A couple of Neuros are coming in clutch, though. Void Rays are kind of turning coat here against the Protoss army.
Yeah, and a lot of them did fall down, so this Protoss Armada is getting smaller, and Elazer is holding ground.
Elazer is holding on here. I worry, though, because it didn't hit me until I just noticed. Elazer only has a single Viper. He has 0 Vipers actually right now, and the reason for that is because the Hive was killed and the Infestation Pit. Right now, the Lair had to be remade, then the Infestation Pit, then the Hive, then the Vipers, then they need to suck on energy. So there's a long period where he doesn't have parasitic bombs, which means that this Skytoss army, the Void Rays especially, they don't have to worry about splitting. Like, this is a scary moment here for Elazer.
At the same time, something to keep in mind is that Krystianer does not have a gas bank anymore, so it will not be that easy for him to remake this Skytoss army either. So both players have to be very careful about how they approach this next engagement.
Yeah, I like this from Elazer. He cannot wait for the Hive to finish, so he's just making nothing but Infestors. As soon as the Infestation Pit was done, he's like, mass Infestor is all I need right now. I have to rely on Fungals and on Neuroparasites. And that, I mean, we've seen it work so far. Maybe it can work again.
Yeah, I mean, it did get quite a lot of good results before, so it definitely has potential, but hold on, Krystianer actually moving to the other side of the map.
Yeah, it looks like he wants to try and get another mining base here on the left-hand side. It looks like he smells weakness here. The army is slow to respond. Immediately, the Broodlords are going to try and take out the bottom right-hand base. The Corruptors are going to be responding to the Skytoss.
Yeah, I mean, once again, there are the spores being ready there. They may not be able to fight this army, but they will definitely keep it delayed, as Zerg is attacking the Protoss bases as well.
Oh my god! Oh, a little bit of a missed rally there from the Infestors. What was that? 5 to 6 Infestors going down for free.
Yeah, a lot of them feedback and killed, and that's definitely a big blow to Elazer's, you know, technology there.
Yeah, but at the same time, a mining base for Krystianer is going down. He still holds on to the bottom right-hand base, but for how much longer? The Lings and the Ultras are on the way. Meanwhile, Krystianer knows he's turning around, but he's going to be losing some of his carriers.
Yeah, there are still enough Infestors to take over some of the units, but the Protoss army is looking strong so far, so the Corruptors would have to go in.
Yeah, the Corruptors have to go in. Meanwhile, the base goes down. The Ultras are going to try and take it down the bottom right-hand base, but it looks like the Void Rays get here just in time. Corruptors are going to try and catch the tail end of this army, but no, they don't get it in the end. Krystianer holds onto this base, his final base.
Yeah, his final base. At the same time, Elazer is able to remake that Greater Spire, so there will be Broodlords being remade. And on the side of Krystianer, once again, we have that Mothership.
We do have the Mothership coming out here that will provide a lot of support here, forcing some detection to be with the main army. I kind of want Krystianer to give up on the bottom right. Like, he's got a little bit of mining here, but I would love him to, yeah, exactly, take the top left instead and just rotate everything over and try and focus on the top left-hand corner instead.
Yeah, looks like that's exactly what he will be doing. I mean, he's still trying to defend that bottom base, but he is rotating his entire army to the top and killing base on the way.
Yeah, he will be able to kill one of these bases. Can he get a second as well? The Infestors and the Broodlords, the entire army is having a hard time rotating to meet the army. Looks like he will get here in time. Meanwhile, does he have detection? He does have an observer. Okay, he will be able to finally expand.
Yeah, the Zerging has been there since forever, and now Elazer is taking over the bottom base, and I guess we are switching sides a little bit.
A little bit, but Elazer is mining from the top left, and this is pretty important. Whatever he can mine from this base just means that these are resources that he's denying from Krystianer later on.
Yeah, yes, indeed. Ooh, all the investors are here.
Yeah, the infestors are here, the broodlords and the corruptors as well. He's going to be diving on top of these void rays.
Yeah, and a lot of them will be cleaned off, but a lot of the shots also landing on the Zerg army, and I'm not sure who has enough here.
Who has enough neurals are going to be okay taking control of a lot of the void rays, but the corruptors are falling here to said void rays as well. And without parasitic bomb, I don't know if Elazer has enough.
I don't think he has. The Voiders are still standing strong, and even if they fall, the Tempests are on the back, dealing a lot of damage to the Zerg army. And I think Krystianer has done it.
Yeah, I appreciate what Elazer was trying to do with Mass Infestor, with Fungals, with Neurals, but we see that it is not a good enough substitute here for Vipers. With the lack of Vipers, the Void Rays, they reign supreme. The base is going to go down. At the same time, we do see a bit of a Ling run by here, trying to do whatever it can on the fresh base, but that Krystianer doesn't care. He has a fresh mining base. He has a base up and running behind his army, and he's just going to keep pushing.
Yeah, and he did destroy the army of Elazer, so this is his time to do as much damage as possible. That Spore Forest will definitely slow him down, but he should be able to go through it.
But there's another prismatic alignment. Is it going to be enough? The Corruptors are trying to do what they can. They're trying to drag the Void Rays forward here. The Spores are doing so much against these Interceptors. Oh god, it's still so close.
It is actually really close. But the mothership is standing strong, so there will be all these cloaking fields still available. And I mean, spores are giving enough detection, but they will be slowly dealt with.
The spores killed every single interceptor. I think the last Void Ray got taken out. It is only Tempest here. Not a lot of firepower whatsoever. Krystianer is running out of steam. He actually cannot make any interceptors. He's out of minerals. He needs to mine.
He has a single probe. Krystianer has a single probe.
Oh
and he's mining gas.
God. He has one probe. Mine minerals, Papi. Go to the right. What are you doing? Krystianer, even though he got a beautiful fresh base, he actually doesn't have enough minerals to make a probe. This probe needs to mine minerals, and if he doesn't, he cannot make anything. And I don't think he will. The Ling Runby is too much.
Yeah, the Ling Runby is there, and it should be able to deal with that single probe. And
wow.
That this may just be it for Krystianer.
Krystianer's also going to hate the fact that he left this base alive in the top left. Like, this mining base means that Elazer can keep making nothing but links. He can keep making army. He can keep making units. Krystianer has no bank. He has no economy. He only has 5 Tempest.
Yeah, all the probes are gone. There is absolutely no mining for Krystianer. So this is his final army, his final stand. And I don't know if it's enough to defeat Elazer, especially with the reinforcements.
And the reality is that I'm pretty sure these carriers killed him. GG gets called, and Elazer takes the series 2-0.
Wow. What a game. What a series. That game was intense.
Oh my god, that was insane. GG again. Elazer, I was worried. He was punished for not having any Vipers. He was punished for it, but it came down to the economy. It just straight up came down to the mining. Because of that Spore fight, Krystianer was just losing too many interceptors, and he was automatically rebuilding them, obviously, and he just ran out of his mineral bank. And I don't think he realized, we didn't even realize that he just didn't have any workers. He couldn't mine from his base.
Yeah. When both of the players went on the offensive, like we were like, yeah, you know, Krystianer is killing bases, but we did not realize that Elazer has literally killed all of the probes.
Yeah.
Like there was only a single probe left.
Yeah, exactly.
And I'm looking at the webcams right now, and even Elazer was like telling someone that like it was like this close to you know, to him losing the series.
Yeah, Elazer knew it. Like, it was so close there towards the end. But congratulations to Elazer. He clutches it out. It will not go to the ace match. He will take the series.
Yeah, and that means he will advance in the bracket. I don't think we are casting both. Yeah, we are casting both of the upper bracket matches there. So next we will find out who will be his opponent.
Oh, yes, exactly. We are going to be diving into Geralt's series. I believe it's going to be Geralt versus Snogstar, right?
Yeah. another PVZ. Also, Zed got boomsticks.
Beautiful, Bobby, beautiful. As we are going to be setting some things up here, getting ready for our next series. That was incredibly close, and again, if anyone could make Elazer bleed, it would have been Krystianer. He almost did it in the end, but it wasn't going to be enough. Krystianer is still in the tournament. It is double elimination, but he is knocked out of the upper bracket.